Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Paranormasight, The 7 Mysteries of Honjo, running on Nintendo Switch. Alright, so we've gone all through Haruhe's scenarios, so let's do this one. Preparing for battle, together with Yoshimi's fiancée Mayu, Yako and Mio report all they've learned so far to Tsutsumi and the others, putting all their stories together. They can see their final objective at long last. Maybe. Alright, 5 p.m. Come we got to high school.
Mr. Tsutsumi, this is Mayu Chozawa.
Ah, so you're the one. The Sumida police was looking for you. Glad to see you're alright.
Sorry, I should have told someone I was okay. I was just so pissed off. Falling right into Haihaku's hands, I got myself into some deep shit.
Haihako seems like they're still up to something. We'll have to make sure they clean up their act once and for all. Get it? Because they sell soap?
Nice one, boss. You're really on top of your game today.
Now stop trying to make me feel better. I shouldn't have said anything.
More importantly, Mayu, thank you for your cooperation with Yoshimi. We'll get to the bottom of it, I promise. Oh, you must be Detective Hideo. I heard a lot about you from Hajime. I'll be counting on you. Catch whoever did this, no matter what. Mayu rushed to Hitomi's place and back for us. She's been trying to appear calm, but I'm sure she must still be in shock. They've all but finished investigating the crime scene, and the police have mostly left. But they're letting us use the school as our base of communications as per Inspector Tsutsumi request. I'm not sure why, but I feel fired up. It feels like we're close to the moment of truth. I think Mio feels the same. Detective Hideo was nice enough to get us something to drink earlier. Seeing a detective take time for little things like that helps put my mind at ease a little. I bet he's making jokes and stuff at a time like this because he doesn't want to stress us out. I wonder if he's able to stay calm because of experience, or if he's just that kind of person.
Ah, I heard you had a curse stone too.
Yeah, I should give it to you then, right? Those things really are a pain in the ass. I'll gladly hand it over to you before it starts giving me any crazy ideas.
So, this is the beckoning light, huh? Alright, it's safe and sound with me. Sorry you won't be able to bring him back.
Don't worry about it. He and I were always prepared for the worst anyway.
What the?
What's wrong?
Damn. The trigger for the beckoning light's curse is some serious shit.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I said it'd give me weird ideas. See what I mean now? How's it work?
I'll leave you a note you can read later. We have more important things to worry about now.
Right. Mr. Tsutsumi, does that make it 5 curse stones that you've gathered now?
Should be. I want to get the other 4 under wraps as soon as we can.
Let's see. I have no idea about the Whispering Canal. Someone made off with the one-sided reed which Nejima had.
Yeah, damn shame.
After that, we don't know about the Taiko Suguru either, do we?
So, we can assume that the curse bearers are still prowling around out there with those ones. What a headache. Hopefully we can find them soon.
Oh, Mayu, did you meet with Hitomi? Yeah, I met her in the spot I was told. She was acting tough, but I think the incident with Hajime has her really shaken up. I briefly explained our situation and had her give Hajime's talisman to me. Here, this is what you're looking for, right?
Yang talisman acquired.
Yes, I believe that's it. Thank you so much. Mr. Tsutsumi, how about this?
Right, you should hold on to it, Mio. Not like we could use it as it is. Try to figure out what we'll need to do once we get both halves together.
Understood. I'll see what I can do.
Do you know where the other talisman is? Yes, probably. This is Hajime's last job. Finish it for him, okay? We will. I guess this is the end of of his family line too, huh? All the people who inherited the talisman before him are already all gone. Oh, Mr. Sutsumi. I received a message from Paranormal Affairs earlier. It wasn't from Nagagoshi, but I had someone look into something for me.
So, even the desk jockeys are lending a hand, and brings a tear to your eye. So, what'd they say?
Right, about the Onmyoji? Oh my god. About the Onmyoji woman who was in Edo at the time of the Honjo incident. She was a person of great beauty and discerning taste, but also shamelessly did whatever she wanted. It seemed to match the person seen in the resentful memory of the foot-washing mansion.
Huh, so she must be the one who fought with Simon over the right.
And they found out that her name was Ashino.
Ashino, huh? What else?
That's all.
That's not much. That's not much.
Oh, but apparently she was quite the powerful Onmyoji. And she died bearing a similarly powerful resentment. It's possible that she became a vengeful spirit with a connection to the Seven Mysteries.
A vengeful spirit?
If any descendants of Ashino or people otherwise closely aligned with her live today, there's a possibility that spirit awakened and possessed them. Yeah, you mentioned that before spirits can possess people who are closely in sync with them. Though this, of course, doesn't mean the spirit houses her complete personality. Her resentment and her spirit power, those are the parts of her that would have the strongest influence.
Since Simon's descendants are still around and present, it wouldn't be surprising if Ashino's were too. They might just be desk jockeys, but they wouldn't give us this info if it wasn't only speculation. They must have found some amount of evidence looking into abnormal phenomenon or things like that.
Oh, the Feast of Shadows.
There it is, our abnormal phenomenon.
Mio, what do you mean? The person who initiated the curse this time, who we've been calling the Mastermind. They might be possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji named Ashino, the enemy of Simon. Do we have any idea who they could be or where to find them? Like, if you looked at them, Mio, would you be able to tell right away? It's like how I didn't realize that Michio had fused with your consciousness, Yako. Common spirits will leak spirit energy left and right, so I can notice them just by looking carefully. But when spirits of a higher caliber fuse with someone's consciousness, detecting them isn't so simple. Oh. I'm sorry, my skills still need a lot of work, and I don't have anything else to offer. Mio, that's not true at all. You're fine. We'll make this work somehow or other. Thanks. Basically, I believe the mastermind behind everything is a woman possessed by the vengeful spirit of Onmyoji Ashino. I see. Is this mastermind also the one who killed Hajime trying to get the record of Fate's Yin scroll? Yes, I think that's very likely. So that's how it is, huh? Then I want you to catch them no matter what. Come to think of it, old man Ashimiya ended up getting away. Or did old man Ashimiya end up getting away? Yeah, so word's already out, huh? He was cornered but managed to take a hostage and escape, is what I heard on the radio. What happened after that? So that's all they're reporting. Here's what really happened. He was killed? And the hostage was Tsutsumy's daughter, whose whereabouts are still unknown. Yep, his daughter showing up was a huge surprise. Even Boss couldn't believe it. Damn it, the hell do you expect? No one could have seen that coming. So there's already an emergency search underway for her as a key witness and suspect. I'll be rejoining the search for her after we're done here. Key witness and suspect? But wasn't she a hostage? Could she have killed Nejima and fled the scene? Well, it's just a possibility.
If we're talking possibilities, might as well tell them everything. It's very likely that Nejima was killed by a curse stone.
What? By a curse bearer? Oh, it's already evening, so the effect of the Feast of Shadows would be starting to return.
Yeah, which makes it likely that a curse was used to kill him.
Boss, you're repeating yourself. Try to calm down for a sec. But that would mean... the inspector's daughter is probably a curse bearer, right?
Huh? Did you say something? Maybe I'm losing my hearing in my old age.
Boss, you can hear just fine. Don't play the old man card every time you want to get out of something. We even talked about how she might have the Taiko of Suguru if that's the case.
Did we? My memory's a little hazy.
You've got a soft spot for your daughter, don't you, Inspector?
It just hits a little too close to home now.
But either way, we have to find her as soon as possible. That's why we'll be joining the search as soon as we're done here. One more thing. There's a very good chance that his daughter has Michio Shiraishi's talisman. All the more reason for you to get back to that search. Best of luck.
What the hell has she gotten herself into? Now, is that everything we need to chat about? If you don't need anything else, we'll be going back to the search.
There's actually one thing.
Oh, what is that?
Just completely hypothetically. Hypothetically, what if the inspector's daughter was the mastermind? I mean, she's a woman. It seems like she was after the talismans.
Sorry, I don't really understand what you mean.
Boss, come on. We've got to look at the facts. But that would mean Inspector Tsutsumi would also have to be one of Ashino's descendants. Oh, right. You're just a normal person, right, Inspector? Unless that's why you're so resistant to the paranormal.
Don't believe I've ever heard anything about being related to some Onmyoji.
Oh.
But, well, if you put it like that, her being the mastermind, it's possible.
Really?
I say possible, but I mean unlikely, is what I want to think. Damn it, I don't even want to imagine it.
Boss, if we're going to consider it, we have to do it properly. No dragging your heels about it.
No, it's not that. There's something I never told her, never wanted to tell her. The truth is, she's not my real daughter.
What?
20 years ago, well, it's a long story, but we took her in when she was just a baby.
Do you know anything about her birth parents?
You could say I do, I guess, but really, I don't know anything.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it.
Edio. You heard what I said, didn't you?
Just now? About 20 years ago. No. Boss, that can't be. Nejima's...
That's right. When we arrested Fumichika Nejima, there was a baby at his house on the brink of death. That was my daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. She goes by Ayame Tono now.
What?
Someone had to take care of her. A baby holds no blame for the circumstances she came from.
But boss, according to Nejima, that baby... it's his former lover reincarnated using black magic. What?
Personally, I think that story is bullshit.
According to Nejima... My goodness. It's hard to believe from Nejima's behavior, but could it really be true?
I've got a few doubts. We have to question whether the Shino woman ever really existed in the first place. There are no records of her and no body was found. Her name never came up once during the investigation. Even if this woman really existed, I'm skeptical that someone could be reincarnated as a baby through black magic.
I agree. No matter how you look at it, a spell with that effect is hard to believe. Even the supernatural has rules that must be followed. Seems more likely he's deluded himself, not wanting to recognize that a spell he risked his life on failed to work.
That's my thinking too. The more natural conclusion is that the baby is his and Shino's, and that she died in childbirth. As long as we don't know Shino's origins, we have to consider the possibility that she could be a descendant of Ashino.
If nothing else, their names are pretty similar. Okay, assuming all of that is true for a moment, Ayame getting taken away by Nejima and then killing him, that would mean that she's killed her own father.
Calm down, this is all still conjecture. But now that Nejima is dead, we have no means to investigate. So regardless of everything, there's only one thing that matters. She's my daughter. As her parent, I'm responsible for her. Nothing can change that.
I understand. Alright, we should get back to the search. We'll find her and clear all this up.
Yes, sir.
The talisman you young ladies are looking for has something to do with this as well. I'd appreciate it if you could help us find it. So if anything happens, please call the police.
We will. I'm worried about Hitomi, so I'm going to head to where she is. I'll be waiting to hear some good news from you all.
So interesting. Did a really good job with this game. Conclusion. Tsutsumi and Erio continue their investigation, deciding to meet Ayane Tono to get to the bottom of it all. What will be the conclusion to the curses of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, to Simon and Ashino's intertwined fates? I'm assuming we're going to get the bad ending first. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 6 p.m. Sumida River. Hey. Alright, let's see if we have to do this. I don't know if we do. That's the thing. I'm not like 100% sure. How long's it been since we saw each other? 3 years? How have you been? I think the last time was when you came to see me after deciding to go to university.
That wasn't because I wanted to see you. I just needed money to pay my tuition.
Huh. Not one to miss words, eh?
You came alone, right?
Yeah, it's just me. You make it sound like I'm handing over ransom money for hostages.
I just don't want to get caught, okay? Never thought I'd see the day you'd call the police. There's something I needed to see you about.
Well, alright then. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's go through things one by one. The sun is starting to dip down into the horizon. This long, long day is about to end. We don't have to worry about Nejima's threat anymore, so I sure didn't expect this to happen. She sure has changed over the past 3 years. Got more of a grown-up air about her. Hard to believe that she's the same little girl who would get omelet all over her face when we took her out to eat. Wait a minute. Is that how far back I have to go for a happy memory together? No wonder she hates me. Huh? What was that? Did something just move over there? What the hell are those idiots doing? I told them not to come. Damn it. Shit, I don't want to know what'll happen if they get found out. Whatever I do, I gotta keep from looking over there. About her curse stone. You have a curse stone, don't you?
I do.
You wouldn't happen to feel like handing it over, would you? The police will handle any damages the curse caused. Now, before you do any more wrong with it...
I'm not giving it up.
Of course not. Me being a curse bearer, are you after my life?
That's exactly what I'm here for. I didn't come to chat. We can talk all you want, but as soon as the conditions for my curse is met, I'll use it, no hesitation.
Why she wants the right. Why are you willing to go so far for the right to resurrection? What do you want with it?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand. You'd just call it stupid and dismiss the idea completely.
Come on, I wouldn't do that. Maybe together we can think up a way for you to get what you want without resurrection.
I want to bring Katsushika Hokusai back to life.
Hokusai? What? Hokusai, the ukiyo-e artist? That Hokusai? You want to bring him back to life?
That'd be quite the feat, huh?
That's... you... I heard you liked his art, but why would you do something so stupid?
See?
Ugh.
The only time I ever felt there was a place I belonged was when I was immersed in the dreamlike world of Ukiwi. Though I'm sure you never noticed.
Really? I had no idea.
It saved me. Hokusai is the reason I'm still alive today.
I didn't know you felt so hopeless. I mean, boy, she is a brat. I mean, he did provide for her, just not emotionally, and yeah.
You would only realize that now, but it's too late. Feeling sorry won't do either of us any good.
I mean, I have a ton of stones, so quite frankly, she's not in a position to really... she's not really in a position over me. I have every other stone besides hers, and I could certainly take her out, but I obviously wouldn't do that. Can I ask you one thing? Do you know anything about the talisman Michio Shiraishi had?
Michio Shiraishi?
From the car crash you were in with that Namagaki guy.
Oh, with Yutaro? Yeah, it was there.
Yutaro? That sounds like... So you and him were, I mean...
Not really. He was kind of a boring guy.
What? You serious? But he said...
You're getting off track, Mr. Sutsumi. The talisman. Get back to the talisman.
We shouldn't have relied on him for this. Well, if you don't plan on seeing him again, it doesn't matter. But with the hit-and-run case on top of everything, you're really in deep.
Is that really what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, no. Tell me about the talisman. Did you take it from the scene?
You mean this?
That's it.
I picked it up at the scene of the crash. I didn't want to leave fingerprints behind.
That's all? There's really no other reason?
What's the big deal? Is it really that special? This whole thing?
Yeah, it's real important. Would you mind giving it to me?
Important? For what?
For putting a stop to the curses of the 7 mysteries.
Oh. So that means if I give you the talismans, I won't be able to use the right. Then no way. I'm definitely keeping it.
Screwed that one up.
Mr. Sutsumi, you really can't do any better than that? Come on, the talisman.
Will you give me the talisman?
What? No way. I can't lose the right.
About being taken hostage. I'm sorry I couldn't save you from Nejima. Are you hurt?
And there it is. That's so like you.
What?
You're only mentioning that now? Shouldn't that have been the first thing you asked me?
Well, I was just...
You're not worried about me. All you care about is yourself.
Yeah, you're right. I've been selfish, I know.
Come on, Mr. Sutsumi. You can do better than that. You really screwed up there, huh?
Well, how am I supposed to know all this stuff, really?
I'm fine. I managed to get away, somehow or other.
Right, I'm glad. How is she? Yasuko, I mean.
Mom? I haven't kept in touch with her. I've been on my own this whole time. I'm sure you reached out to her, though, haven't you?
I did call her this morning, actually, just to make sure she was safe. She's been running around all over the place looking for you.
Sounds like she's fine to me. Did you contact her after I called the police to tell her you've heard from me?
I did not.
Tisk tisk.
Well, I've heard you're into nightlife and staying out late these days. Didn't want her to worry more than she already was.
You're one to talk.
Yeah, I'm a police officer. It's my job. Boy, she is really not a good person. Then I'll put this bluntly. Did you kill Nejima?
And if I did?
Would you hide
me from the police?
Well, I don't know if I...
That's what I thought. Your job is the only thing you really care about. Yes, I did it.
You?
I don't think he even knew I was a curse bearer. He brought me to those gardens, and I realized, while he was talking to me, that he fulfilled the condition of my curse, so I just gave it a shot. I didn't think it would actually activate. So, there's no going back now.
That's not true. You can still make things right before you make them worse.
Then let me say it another way. This is my chance, and I won't throw it away.
Your chance?
Did
Nejima say anything to you?
He said a lot of bad things about you, that's for sure.
Yeah, not surprised there.
So I said a lot of bad things about you back. I didn't want to be outdone.
Harsh.
In that sense, I felt just a little like he was my kindred spirit.
No. Kindred spirit? What are you talking about? He's a dangerous criminal.
But I'm a murderer now too, aren't I? Maybe we're not so different.
No, you're different.
Am I?
Well, maybe not that different.
But at least you're honest.
I know I haven't been the best father, but I wonder, of all the fathers in the world, are there any who wouldn't cover for their child if they committed a crime?
How should I know? You're the detective here. You must have seen plenty of cases like that.
Yeah, plenty of parents take the fall for their children, or give them a place to hide. As a person, it's wrong, but maybe as a parent, it's the right thing to do.
I don't know. But I think having a father like that would make it easier to go to him for advice if I did do something wrong. Maybe there's a sense of security in knowing that no matter what happened, you'd have at least one person on your side.
I see. So that's what it would take, to be on your side. I can't do that.
That's okay. I wasn't really expecting you to.
So, Nejima really didn't tell you anything?
Not really, no. From the moment I heard about the right to resurrection, I knew that was my destiny. If this is all I ever accomplish, I'll die happy.
You're really serious about this. Yeah, there really is something wrong with her. Or do you have more than one? How many curse stones do you have?
3. Not that it matters.
3, huh?
I'm not handing them over. I think I've let you talk enough. Mind letting me have a turn?
By all means.
You're hiding something. You're hiding something from me, aren't you?
Sure. Well, sure. You can't live as long as I have without having a secret or two.
Of course you tried to dodge the question. Now then. Let me tell you how my curse stone, the Taiko of Suguru, works.
What?
My curse plunges to death anyone I find out is hiding something from me. So if you try to cover something up that I know is true, I'll be able to use my curse on you. With that in mind, can I ask you one more thing?
Ah, I get it. Why you wanted to see me. Then let me tell you one thing first. The Evergreen Beach has a similar condition. I can use my curse on anyone who tells me a lie.
What? How is that fair? And you'd use that curse on me?
As an officer of the law, it's inexcusable. But as a parent with a duty to his child, I have no other choice.
Are you threatening me? Do you really think that's enough to convince me to do as you say?
I don't want to use it either, but for your sake, I suggest you try not to lie.
Go ahead then. If I lie, then so be it. Okay, I'm going to ask. If you try to hide it now, you really will die. Am I your real daughter? I'm just a baby you picked up to replace your stillborn, aren't I? And you can never bring yourself to tell me who my real parents were, so you just kept hiding it. Still too much of a coward to tell me, huh? You don't like the truth, so you won't admit it. That my real parent is the man I was just with.
Ayame. Is that all you have to say? Then I only have one answer for you. You are, honestly and truly, our daughter. Nothing more, nothing less.
Even now, you're still trying to hide it? Why? Why are you really that stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boss! Boss! Why? Is your pride worth dying for?
Yeah. 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 Ah. Ee. Ah. Oh. Ah. Ooh.
I should have known. Why? Why go this far to hide it?
Ayame, listen.
Huh? How?
Ayame, be proud. No matter what happens, you are our precious daughter.
No way. How are you still alive?
Oh, whoops. I guess I can turn these on. I don't know what that piece of shit Nejima filled with your head with, but you're not Shino. And you're not Ashino either. You're our daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. Ah, right. I guess it's Tono now. Well, that's fine too. Tsutsumi, Tono. Both will always be part of who you are.
What? Why are you doing this? That's not true. The curse proves that it's not.
Sure, you probably don't have many memories of us playing together. And I did leave everything at home to your mom, and I was barely ever there for you. Even so, when I was working, no matter how grisly a crime scene I was at, all I ever wanted was for you to grow up to be happy, and that's it.
Why? Why say all this now?
So, do one last thing for me. I want you to tell the truth, too. And if you lie to me now, I'm taking you with me.
Stop, I can't.
The mastermind behind all this, the one who awakened the curses of the 7 mysteries in order to use the right. Wasn't you, was it? Or was it?
No, I wouldn't even know how to do that.
And picking up Michio Shidaishi's talisman was just a coincidence, right?
Huh? Yeah, I already told you that.
Ah, good. Hearing that, I can rest easy. You're nothing like Nejima. You can stand on your own 2 legs. You can keep living without escaping into a fantasy. You can hate me. You can dream all the crazy dreams you want. Just don't ever stop trying to do good. You're a victim of your curse, too. It's not too late to atone for the hit and run, for using the curse. Don't run away. You can still make things right. I know you can, because you're my daughter. And after that, just live the best life that you can.
Dad! Ah! Boss! Boss!
That day, at 6:18 p.m., Ayami Tomo was taken into custody. Tetsuo Tsutsumi death was confirmed at the same time. The 5 curse stones possessed by Tsutsumi, as well as the 3 given up by Ayami, lost their curse bearers. This temporarily extinguished their spirit power, allowing Mio Kurasuzu to obtain them and seal them away without difficulty. The yin talisman possessed by Ayami Tono was recovered and entrusted to Mio Kurasuzu as well. Thus, any massacre that could potentially be caused by this iteration of the curse was prevented before it could ever happen. Or so it seemed. The Taiko Sukuru, okay, we read this first part. Kills by bludgeoning one who is discovered to be hiding something from the curse bearer. The deep sound, a resentful memory, the deep sound of drums once more reverberates through the night air. How long has it been since we started hearing them each day? Could it be coming from the Daimo's residence? I've heard They have a drum in their fire watchtower instead of wooden clackers, but I don't see a fire, so why are they sounding the drum? Then one morning a body was found. Isn't that old man Kanzo, the ukiyo-e painter? He lived nearby, but had been down and out for years, despite his best efforts to sell his works. Every now and then his granddaughter would visit, and he would teach her to paint. It was the old man's only pleasure. One day his granddaughter told him about her dreams. Curses, souls, resurrection. Hearing her tale, the old man was gripped by a sudden zeal and began to paint with great fervor. His work quickly became famous, enchanting all those who viewed the strange imagery, even the daimyo who had taken notice. What could possibly have happened? The people whispered amongst each other. It looked almost as if he had been beaten like a drum. Edio, 8 p.m. Sorry for keeping you out so late, Mio. I can't take my mind off the curse bearer who was never found. Oh, it's no problem for me. I usually work at night anyway. Did you see Yako home safely? Yep, we sent her home in a patrol car earlier. Apparently she put up quite a fuss, saying she wanted to see things through to the end. Thank you. The Feast of Shadows was starting to take effect, so it would have been dangerous. 8 p.m. with no one around. This place is silent as the grave. No one wants to go out at night in these parts after everything that's happened over the past 2 days. Why is Edio the one who started the curses? Why are he and I alone? Oh. What's wrong? Next is Detective Edio. What? Oh, he got possessed. When did he get possessed, though? I can't get my mind off the remaining curse stone, the Whispering Canal, and who the mastermind is. But we have to deal with that thing before I can worry about any of that. How's it going with the 2 talismans? Have you figured out the location of the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll? I have, more or less. When I combined the contents of the 2 talismans, they formed a seal which could be undone. The things inside the talismans that looked like scraps of wood were actually a tiny scroll kept folded up by the seal. Who would have thought that the talismans actually contained the scroll itself? So, that's the Yin Scroll then. What's it say? Well, there's one more seal we have to undo to open the scroll. It's giving me some trouble, so I was actually hoping you could help me out. Okay, unlocking the seal. Got it, sure thing. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but let me at it. Wow, I didn't expect you to be so eager to help. It's oddly reassuring. Okay, let's see. There are 5 seals holding the scroll shut. I think we have to remove them in the correct order. Each seal has a different design. A carp, a light, a beech leaf, a taiko drum, and a reed. Remove the 5 seals in the right order. Got it. If we get it wrong, is it going to, go boom? Huh? No, we'll just have to try again. I tested it once already. Oh, you already tried it yourself? So brave. I think it's devised so that the seal can only be undone if the curses for the right have already been unleashed. And I think there's a hint to opening it's hidden in something related to the curses. Just let me know when you're ready. Consult with Mio. It won't explode or anything, so we might as well give it a try. I see. Okay. Oh, what? Carp, light, beech, taiko, reed. Carp, light, beech, taiko, reed. It's just in the order from top to bottom. I don't think that was right. Nope, no good. What? What do you mean no good? Oh, she was just listing what they are. Not what the order they have to be in. Guess it makes sense for such an important document to be sealed so tight. I might have to talk things over with Mio if I get stuck. Do you recognize any of the things on these seals? They look sort of familiar. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there'd be something in our files. I see. Okay. So canal, procession, beckoning light, haunting clappers, beach, canal. What are these things again? Carp light, beach. Well, beach is second. So that's fish. Alright, so the first one's fish. So that's carp. Fool's procession is a face. So it's music. Fatal fall, but it's a face. Is there anything that's like a face? Light seal, tachodrum, reed. Oh my god. I don't... So, canal, fool's procession, beckoning light. I got him wrong, so... Nope, no good. Okay, let's try that again. So what do you say? Tycho... Beach... Read... Carp... Light... Wow, he got it right. It's open. Getting it in just 3 tries. That's great. Nice job. It was easier than I thought. I just looked at which event followed which. Now we can finally read what's written inside. Let's see. The Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. It is said that the Simon Tsuchimikado, author of the Read of Fates, wrote the Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Honjo incident might become cursed and used in the collection of soul dregs for the Rite of Resurrection. The existence of the Yin Scroll was indicated in a postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. It is believed to have been inherited by the descendant of Simon. The text has been preserved in the form of 2 talismans held by Hajime Yoshimi and Michio Shiraishi. It contains a full account of the Honjo incident, and the following is written in Simon's hand. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline. My spirit, that is my own consciousness. So he's the only one that can do it, basically. I see. What does it say? The first is a detailed account of the tragedy surrounding the Rite of Resurrection that occurred in Honjo back in the Edo period. The whole story of what we call the Honjo incident is laid out clearly. That incident was the origin of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo and their curses, right? Yes, the resentment of the victims in the incident turned into curses, which are the curse echoes. The contents are organized like an answer sheet, so it doesn't just give us information that we need. Ah, is there anything else? Yes, here's what I've been looking for. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident, it says. Whoa, he foresaw all this happening? And it continues. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline. And mind, that is my own consciousness. Wow, so if we gather these 3 things in one place, Simon's rite of cleansing will activate and completely negate the curses and the rite of resurrection. Oh, that's it. That's exactly what we need. The 3 things are Simon's soul, body, and mind. It says the soul is Simon's curse echo. His curse echo? So Simon himself is part of the 7 mysteries?
Now that you mention it, Mr. Araishi said something along those lines before. There's another hint written here. My curse echo holds my curse. My curse brings ruin to curse bearers. What kind of hint is that? Maybe it'll make more sense if we keep looking. But will the curse echo still appear if the curse bearer is already gone? Next, the body is the descendant of Simon's, it seems. Wasn't Yoshimi a relative of Simon? He and Michio Shiraishi, who had the other talisman. Both of them are already passed by the time this iteration of the curse was unleashed. Damn, that's true. What are we going to do? His bloodline will split up, so there have to be others. Oh, there's another note here too. Where? Is it another hint? As for the body, seek not only one who bears my blood, but one with strong spirit sense. Such an individual will be able, if a spirit attempts to possess them, to instead take control of that spirit themselves. So it says. Do we know of anyone like that? I can't think of anyone. Let's move on for now. Yeah, look at her, she knows something. Next is the mind. What's the difference between the mind and the soul? In paranormal theory, it's said that humans are made up of soul, body, and mind. The mind is essentially thought to be the part of the spirit that makes up one's consciousness or oneself. It's like driving. The body is the car, the soul is the control system, and the mind is the driver. I see. I think that makes sense. So is there a hint for finding this one too? Well, let's see. There's this. Should the rite of resurrection be activated elsewhere, so too shall my mind be awakened there. Simon tried to seal away the rite of resurrection. But before he could, Ashino stole the record of fates. So, as a countermeasure to the rite being activated, he made it so that his mind would be released from the seal. Okay, but what does that actually mean? What it means is, Simon's mind awoke the night the rite was activated and must be possessing someone out there right now. What? So we have to get that person together with everything else. Alright, so we have to find the curse echo, the descendant, and the person possessed by Simon. Then we just get them together in one place and we'll be good to go. Right, but there is one thing. The second and third ones could both be the same person. Oh, but who could that be? If it's like Michio lost her memories when she was possessing Yako, Simon's consciousness might not be aware of who it really is. So, if he learned the truth, would he start to act on his own accord? Oh, then that person could already be... Oh, hold on. Someone's coming this way. Huh? Excuse me, could I interrupt you for just a moment? Who might you be? Oh, wow, we haven't seen her forever. Would you buy this empty can of juice I just finished drinking for 10,000 yen? Huh? I'll even throw in these bones from some fried chicken. You can't beat a deal like this. I don't really want them. Don't say that. Come on, they're delicious. Actually, I thought I might just have a picnic right here. Won't you join me? Sorry, I don't understand. What should we do? Well, it's not like we need this exact spot, and we can't do anything with other people around. Let's just move somewhere else. Sorry, we're in the middle of something, so we'll just be on our way. Yeah, so she's the spirit, huh? What? Yeah, it hurts. This is a curse. I mean, it makes sense that she's the instigator. I mean, she's at the start of the story. Who's the other person, though? Interesting.
You have my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. This brings the story of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo to a close. And who could have foreseen such a conclusion? Unfortunately, it seems the so-called mastermind was one step ahead of you. She remains hidden, leaving behind no evidence. Perhaps there is truly no way to stop her. However, should you find that this conclusion is not to your liking, by all means, please pursue a different path. You have done it once before, so I'm sure you already know how. With that, I shall be taking my leave. I've been your humble storyteller. Good night. Yeah, so if we look, the only ones that are in color are this one and this one. But we got both of her endings. Okay, so do we have all the conditions met? That's the thing. Should we park 4? Okay. Does this go straight through? I don't know if we have any choices or not. Okay, no, that one's just straight through. So do I need to go? Yeah, that's just the ending. Guess we'll start from the beginning. I don't know. I mean, what did she want to do? How did she want to use her curse? So I'm not like 100%. I don't really remember. It's been so long since we talked to her. Oh, she's trying to figure out if we're the spirit of Simon. Let's see, is this the one where she dies? Wait, what? Where's the one where I see the thing? I thought it was this one. Is it this? Huh. The hell is that? Looks like a light floating in midair. Huh? Okay, so we see that. it's coming closer. Is this another one of the 7 mysteries? It looks like a will-o-wisp, maybe? Was there anything like that in the 7 mysteries? Huh. Am I supposed to touch it? Cleansing, okay. When the body, soul, and mind of Simon Tsuchimikado have been brought together, the rite of cleansing is activated, dispelling all the rituals and curses that had been previously performed. My. Finally, you have arrived at this juncture. I expected no less from you. That would mean that you have managed to bring everything to light. Though there is a possibility that you have wound up here by chance. Before I take you any further, I must ask you a number of questions. About what exactly the soul, body, and mind of Simon Tsuchimikado are. Firstly, which curse echo represents the soul of Simon Tsuchimikado? That's the one-sided reed, right? No. Oh, sorry, beckoning light. Yeah. Because that's what that guy's girlfriend had. Yes, that is exactly it. After his defeat at the hands of Ashino in the Honjo incident, Simon wandered about near Hoenji. The form of his curse echo changed over time with the legend that he left behind. This is the curse echo which was acquired by Mayo Chozawa. That's right. But when called forth by Simon's body and mind, it appeared momentarily before him. Let us continue. Who served as the self of Simon Tsuchimikado? Who was his body, his descendant who carried his blood in their veins? Well, it's me. Right? That's me. It's Shogo. Correct again. Although Shogo Okoye was born to an ordinary family, the blood of a distant relative ran thick in his veins. In truth, the same is true for Yoko Fukunaga. She was also the one who had the blood of a distant relative coursing through her. In her case, it was Ashino. Simon and Ashino, fated to meet again all these hundreds of years later. Now for my final question. Who is the mind of Simon Tsuchimikado? Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness was directly tied to his. Was I able to put my whole name in here? I don't remember. Oh, I see. You believe it to be Miyamurai. Are you saying you believe it to be yourself? Are you certain? Yes, you are correct. Finally, you have remembered. That's right, you are Simon's consciousness, awoken by the curses and the rite of resurrection. However, having lost your memories, you forgot about the duty assigned to you. That is, if I may say so, where I played my part, guiding you through the events of this story. As your consciousness was all that was left to you, you manipulated time and space by way of the story chart, jumping from vessel to vessel, and manipulated your host's actions by whispering commands into their ears. In doing so, you were able to get the full picture of what needed to be done. But at one point, while still unconscious, you managed to remember your duty. The so-called mastermind behind these events, the one who awakened the rite and the curses, was Yoko Fukunaga, descendant of Ashino herself. You unconsciously activated your curse and killed her. Now, interesting that she awakened Simon's consciousness at the same time as the curses. That was the one and only time she could have been stopped. Ah, but Due to your influence on Shogo Okoi's will, Fukunaga has been brought back to life, using the story chart to undo her death. I led you believe that it was the work of the Rite of Resurrection itself. But as it turns out, seeing that would transpire if the mastermind was not killed at the outset, is what ultimately revealed the way to put an end to the curses for good. There were certain things which would have answered all your questions had you noticed them. For example, even while under your control, Shogo Okai willingly used his curse. When I asked you early on how many Shogo Okai had killed, this is what I meant. Had you not used the curse, Shogo Okai would have done so of his own accord. Furthermore, Mayu Chozawa was able to recall information which only you knew. She was able to do this because she was connected to you through her curse echo, the beckoning light. Yoko Fukunaga, after obtaining... Is this more to this? I thought we already read this. After obtaining a junior college degree, Yoko started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she has received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue this day. Following graduation, Yoko worked a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural and quit within a year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. As she vows to live true to herself and never change for the sake of others, Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogopogo, who has been by her side since she was a student. In truth, Yoko is a descendant of Onmyoji who continued to practice in modern times. Her ancestor, Ashino, attempted to steal the Rite of Resurrection in Honjo during the Edo period. Born with exceptional spirit sense, Yoko learned about her own ancestry while researching her roots, and was disappointed to find her bloodline had fallen into mediocrity. She became consumed with the ambition to restore her family's lost glory through her own powers and devised a scheme to succeed where Ashino failed and performed the Rite of Resurrection. Yoko continued her training, developing her spiritual and curse powers until she discovered the Record of Fates, which offered clues regarding the rite. She plotted to use the curses of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo to gather a large number of soul dregs by calling forth curse echoes and setting the stage for mutual slaughter. The ultimate plan involved invoking a large-scale Feast of Shadows, awakening the curses, performing the rite herself, and bringing together enough soul dregs to revive Ashino. Since the effects of the curses increases the more people know and fear them, she first entrusted the Record of Fates to a local historian, Hideki Araishi, who could be used to easily spread the rumors. She also contacted Fumichika Nejima, a criminal with a deep understanding of mystic arts, to obtain the curse stones needed to gather soul dregs. Unsurprisingly, Nejima was very interested in the story of Ashino and readily agreed to aid his revival. While carrying out these steps, Yuko learned from the existence of the Yin Scroll, which threatened to thwart her plans. She added a note about the scroll in the Record of Fates before giving it to Araishi, intending to acquire it before it could pose an issue. Through her investigations, Yoko discovered that Hajime Yoshimi was a descendant of Simon, and threatened him with a curse in an effort to scare him into revealing the whereabouts of the Yin Scroll. While Hajime bravely resisted Yoko's threats, she killed him with the curse to ensure Simon's descendants would not stand in her way. As her preparations were coming together, Yoko obtained the seemingly less dangerous curse stone of the Whispering Canal in order to become a curse bearer. The necessity for gathering the curse stones was the Feast of Shadows. Shogo Okai, also a descendant of Simon, was eyed as a potential risk factor and contacted to ensure he would be located nearby and subject to monitoring. However, unaware that the spirit of Simon would be awakened within Shogo as soon as she invoked the curse, Yoko's plan was thwarted when she was immediately cursed to death by Simon. Now, allow me to ask you one last question. If you, knowing all that you know now, had the ability to resurrect one life, what would you do? I wouldn't want it, I would destroy it. Oh, I see. That was Simon's original intention. I apologize for leaving it out of the options when I first asked you this question. Now, it is time to bring things to a close. Upon your arrival here, the rite of cleansing was activated, dispelling all other rituals and curses. Look upon the fruit of your efforts, and then we shall leave this world behind for good. Thank you, truly, for all the work you have done. Oh, it's almost a shame that it's coming to a conclusion. I mean, yeah. God, I want a sequel right away. Shogo Okai, 1 a.m. Yeah. That's what happened? I can't believe it. I finally understand. Yeah, I was the one who did that to Yoko. The blood of the Onmyoji was inside of me, broke into my consciousness and gave me that curse. Yoko was after the Rite of Resurrection. She was the one who awakened the curses of the 7 mysteries and cast the Feast of Shadows. And the only way to stop all of it was to put a stop to her here. Otherwise, the Rite of Cleansing might not have been negated too. I wonder how much of it was really her doing all those things. Yoko. I guess that explains why I felt like it was fate when this all started, though she didn't seem to notice. I guess things were always destined to end like this from the moment we met. I wish we could have met under different circumstances. No point in thinking like that now. God, I need a drink. I'm thinking a Moscow Mule, or 2, or 3. Haraway Shigema, 12 a.m. Ma'am, what is it? Just a dream. It seems that it was all just a dream. I dreamt that there was such a thing as the Rite of Resurrection. Just a dream. I'm sorry to say it, but there isn't. Right, of course not. But? Even if there is no such thing, I promise you that I will get to the bottom of the kidnapping. In fact, I've happened to find a very important lead from over a year ago. Something that's evaded our reach until now. An eyewitness from the scene of the kidnapping. I see. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 1 a.m. Yeah, so this is all basically on the first day of the mystery. So all the stuff that we did before never happened. Whoa. What the hell is this? The medical unit told me to get down here. What happened? I was looking into Yoshimi's death at the former Yasuda Gardens. Another body was discovered at a different park in the area. Could they be related? It sure looks like it, but... Excuse me, we found this among the victim's belongings. Thought you'd want to know. What's this? What the hell? Boss, look what was in the female victim's address book. Yoshimi's phone number and photo. What? And the picture. There's an X drawn on it and a bunch of weird symbols, and a hole where his heart would be. No. Do you think... I mean, could this be some kind of curse or something? How many times do I have to tell you to... not to try to connect everything to the occult? Damn it. Is this a Nakagoshi case after all? What was that, boss? Don't worry about it. Make sure you put that photo into evidence. There's no doubt that this is related to Yoshimi. Make sure you do a thorough sweep of the area. I'm going to make a phone call. Got it. Leave it to me. Spend as long as you want on the phone. Yako Sakazaki, 1 a.m. Mio, it turns out Michio really did die in an accident. Yeah, if we ask around, we might be able to get a little more information. I guess there never really was such a thing as the Rite of Resurrection. But I did feel like there was a spirit watching over us. Damn it, why? Nothing's happening. But now my contract won't be... No. I should have never believed in this blasted record of fates. To all of you watching from far, far away, the Rite of Resurrection has never existed, not in any world, not in any time. So I ask you to take the life you hold and move boldly forward, one step at a time. Richter, a wise out. Do you want to question him? Hang on, Edio. I want to get enough evidence for a search warrant. Let him go for now, and I'll follow him. That's the kidnapper? Yes, I'm the one who did it. So please, help me. She's always following me. I'm so sorry, Michio. I had no idea. What? Hajime was killed? By this Yoko Fukunaga? How can that be? He was the kind of guy who could just be... He wasn't the kind of guy that could just be picked off like that. Yeah, and boss is hiding something. There seems to be some kind of secret hidden in Hajime's family tree. Let me see if I can find out what it is. I had heard you would be absent today. Is there anything you need? Well, I seem to have this spirit sense thing all of a sudden. I know it's the sort of thing our chairwoman doesn't approve of, so I thought I'd mention it. You could have called. Didn't think you were the standoffish type. I had to find out from a why. Whoops, sorry. I forgot all about my favorite chief inspector. The hell are you planning? Nothing so heinous as you're thinking. I'm only Makoto Ashimiya after all. Nothing but a lowly janitor. How are things with you? You getting along with your daughter? Well, you know, more or less. Yeah, his daughter's super messed up. But what a weird motivation. What a terrible personality. Is it going to be regular scrolling credits? Or are they going to be fast scrolling credits? Okay, regular scrolling. Alright, well, yeah, that was Paranormasight, The 7 Mysteries of Honjo, running on Nintendo Switch, and yeah, this is an excellent game. I think they did a great job with all the characters. The art's really good, the sound is really good. The sound effects are, you know, they're serviceable. I mean, there's nothing too terribly special about them. But I think the overall plot and how they got intertwined with each other, I think those are really good. It was very intriguing all the way through. I was always wondering what the end game of all the characters' motivations would be, and it was also nice to see that you could do poor endings, but at the same time, those endings and their motivations were explained to you, so they didn't just happen to be bad ends out of nowhere, which a lot of visual novels do. Here you get a better sense of the motivation behind the bad ending and the characters and why they make those choices. So, you know, very impressive. I really hope that this team, or at least the writer and the publisher, or maybe another developer, decide to do another game. You know, I'm not sure how this is going to sell. It is a little bit lower price than some of the visual novels out there. You know, there's no voice acting, so you know, that brings down the budget quite a bit. But that doesn't affect the quality at all. As I said, it's a very stunning art style. I think, you know, kind of combines that very manga-esque look while also being, you know, something that's fairly unique in the visual novel space. I think the closest thing to this would be Famicom Detective Mysteries or Detective Stories, which Nintendo released. I mean, that's kind of like the closest thing that I could see for this. So if you're a fan of those games, of those re-releases that were released on Switch, then this is definitely something else that you should look at. I think it has the same kind of air of mystery and the same sort of tone and feeling to it. I hope more people look at this visual novel and pick it up for themselves. As I said, it's really good, and to get something like this is not all that often, especially something that's like a murder mystery. Not really all that common in the visual novel space, at least anything that gets translated over here. I mean, basically we get, the more outlandish hentai and, the male harems and the female harems, but nothing that's, very, very few that are, murder mysteries or spiritual mysteries. I think it's it may be a bit of a niche, but it's certainly an interesting one. And even if you're just into isekai visual novels, I think this would be something that would potentially interest you. If you wanted something different in your life. But yeah, that was a true ending. Kind of difficult to get that true ending. I think you'd have to get lucky in making that last pan to that spirit that you see. That's definitely very, very tricky to do. It looks like there potentially is 2 more endings which we haven't seen, but I think I'm pretty satisfied with what we've done. We've got good and bad endings for the characters, and I think it's pretty satisfactory the way it all worked out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever this team develops, or if at least if the author of this develops something new, I'd be more than interested in playing it. So yeah, anyway, that concludes this game. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you at the next stream.